Good evening, everyone. My name is Richard Galt, and I'm the solicitor for the school district. I hereby call this school board hearing to order. Welcome to the school board hearing under Section 780 of the school code regarding the closing of Loyalsock Valley Elementary School. I will be moderating this school board hearing. I would like to begin the hearing by taking a roll of the school board. When I call your name, would you kindly say here and stand up so that everyone can see you? Daniel Albert. Doug Gardner. Here. Brad Eisenhower. Brenda Oberheim. Here. David Young. Here. Sharon Meyer. Tina McCloy. Here. John Hausneck. Todd Badger. I would also like to introduce the school superintendent, Mr. Darren Taramino. And I believe the school board secretary, Brandy Smith, is also present. Is that correct? We also have a court reporter with us tonight. She will be preparing a verbatim transcript of the school district's records. That will include any exhibits that are presented. And when you come to speak, we'll talk further about that. But make sure you speak clearly so that she can get what you say. We can rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As I mentioned earlier, this hearing is being conducted in accordance with Section 780 of the school code. That section provides as follows. In the event of a permanent closing of a public school or substantially all of a school's facilities, the Board of School Directors shall hold a public hearing on the question not less than 3 months prior to the decision of the board relating to the closing of the school. Notice of the hearing shall be given in a newspaper of general circulation in the school district at least 15 days prior to the date of the hearing. In this instance, the school board is considering whether to close Loyalsock Valley Elementary School as an elementary school. I must stress that no decision has been made or will be made tonight by the school district, by the school board. Indeed, no decision about the contemplated closing of a building as an elementary school will be made for at least 3 months from today's date. As you heard when I read Section 780 of the school code, the school district is required to give notice of this hearing in a newspaper of general circulation at least 15 days in advance. That was done. Notice of the publication on January 5th, 2025 in the Williamsport Sun Gazette, a newspaper of general circulation in the district. And in addition, the Lycoming Reporter was also published in the Lycoming Reporter on January 3rd. The proof of publication that I have, I will be marking as Exhibit A and B, and I will provide them to the court reporter who made part of the record in this case. I'm going to turn the microphone over, the meeting over to the superintendent now at this
time. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming out into the cold for this public hearing. What I want to cover this evening are the reasons for the consideration of closing Loyalsock Valley Elementary School. 3 main reasons that you see above are aging facilities, declining enrollment, and cost control for the district and its taxpayers. The first are the district facilities. Loyalsock Valley Elementary School was constructed in 1961, renovated in 1983, and hasn't been had a major renovation in 41 years. You see the other district schools there, Lighter Elementary, which would be consolidated 2 upon closure of Loyalsock Valley Elementary School. It has been last renovated 26 years ago. The other trend that we're seeing is declining enrollment. Loyalsock Valley Elementary School now houses under 200 students as of October 1st in the data reported to the Pennsylvania Department of Ed. So we are at 195 as of October 1st. When you look at Lighter Elementary, that number is down to 380. I point out at one time in 14-15 during the gas boom, there were 522 students housed at Leiter Elementary School. When you combine the total elementary enrollment in the district, it turns out to be 575 students. We are not that far off from the 522 number back in 14-15. The enrollment trends in general are continuing to decline as they project out. Why we are comfortable with these numbers, in 23-24, the projection was 590 elementary school students. The actual was 586. In 24-25, it was projected to be 568. We were at 575. You can see that trend continue to decline down to 500 in 28-29. Because of how these are now hitting the projected numbers, we have no reason to believe that they're not going to continue that decline. The other reason is cost and cost control for the district and its taxpayers. We had a study done to simply maintain 2 elementary schools, no renovations, and no educational impact whatsoever. That is simply to maintain what we have. It's a 0 to 10-year maintenance plan. The cost by SiteLogic is $36.6 million. Again, that is simply to maintain and no change to our educational spaces. Question was, when we did the town hall meetings, $36.6 million, you don't have to borrow that all up front. Correct, we don't. Even if you span it across 10 years, $36.6 million is still $36.6 million, and we just can't afford that, to take on that amount of debt. We would do it by borrowing $30 million and taking $6 million from our capital fund. It will cripple the district financially with the added debt. There will most certainly be tax increases for the next 4 years to cover that borrowing, again, simply for maintenance. There's no educational benefit realized, but it does keep both schools operating. By closing and consolidating, we put a small, the yellow blocks that you see on the upper part, there's a small addition at that end for kindergarten, and the little L-shaped is a small addition for some remaining classrooms. One thing that was said throughout the town hall meetings that the board has committed to is maintaining class size in any consolidation. That addition maintains our class sizes. We also, in this drawing, bring all bus traffic onto property. Our goal is also to bring all drop-off and pickup onto property. We do realize it is a city block and parents will still drop on and off on the streets surrounding the school. But we're trying to maintain most of the traffic on the property. The other thing that happens is that in this is we do preserve the green space that exists there with the maintaining of the little t-ball, softball field, and the little league field. We've eliminated some parking lots to do that. The consolidation to Leiter is 16,509 square feet of additions. We maintain classroom sizes, we keep all the baseball fields, and by closing Loyalsock Valley Elementary School, the 2 estimates that you see there, $405,200, is if we hold on to the property and do not sell it or can't sell it. There's still some maintenance to maintain that. If we can sell it, we will save $419,363. That comes both from operational savings and salary and benefit savings through reducing staff. Staff will only be reduced through attrition, retirements. It will not be done through layoffs. Also while maintaining those classroom sizes. Our costs and finances on this plan, why I said we're going to control costs, it's $20.8 million. That should come down, that's the max. It's funded by borrowing $15 million with $6 million coming from our capital fund. There will be no tax increase in this particular plan. The savings pays for this particular project, both the full renovation of Leiter and the additions. We will seek grant opportunities to offset some debt. The borrowing of $15 million only adds 4 additional years of debt service payments, and it's rolled so our debt service payments are primarily flat through the process. There's over $400,000 in operational savings. Loyalsock Valley ends up closed, and then we need to make decisions on what to do with that property. When we consolidate, these are major concerns: traffic impact and the bus routes. We are going to attempt to move all drop-off and pick up onto the property. We are going to evaluate all bus routes, not only for savings, but to reduce the time a child is on a bus to less than an hour. And there will be a traffic study completed by Livick Civil. Livick is a firm here in Montoursville. They will be doing the traffic study for us to see the impact on that block. And then finally, our timeline. We have started this process, started the conversation. It will go through some design and approvals. The decision is made in April. That will be April 22nd at the work session. It will go out to bid, and in fall of 27, the new combined elementary school would be opened. Losac Valley, if the vote is taken to close that, would close June of 2027. You can find more info on the district's website under district-wide facility study. I urge you to use that for your information and not Facebook and social media. Not always the truth on that. Our next steps, we are having the hearing currently. There will be a 90-day period for public comments, a waiting period for the district, and on April 22nd, 2025 will be the vote. That concludes my portion of this. Mr. Goldman, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taramir. The next part of this hearing, and by the way, if you could make that a hard copy of the presentation available to the court reporter as an exhibit, that would be Exhibit C to the hearing. Thank you. The next part of our hearing is what is called public participation, public comment. Public is able to present comments in accordance to the following rules. First, all persons making comments must sign in to the public participation list and state their name and address. No person may speak more than once until everyone has had a chance to speak. I would ask as a courtesy that if someone hasn't spoken yet and they want to speak, let them speak before you come up a second time if there's a reason to come back a second time. No questions are going to be answered by the board. It's not a question and answer period, it's a public comment period. To the extent that any question is asked that can be answered with data or information, that question and information will be posted on the district's website if it has not already been posted. And normal board meeting rules apply related to the length of the board meeting. I believe we have a 2-hour limit, is that correct? So the meeting, unless there's a reason to do so, the meeting will be adjourned at no later than 9 o'clock or 9:15. I believe we start 15 minutes late. As I stated earlier, we have a court reporter present to prepare a verbatim transcript of everything that is stated at this hearing, including your comments. To assist our court reporter, please, when you get up to speak, I ask that you state your name and address slowly so she can get it. Speak slowly, clearly, and loud enough for everyone here. There's a microphone, so I assume it'll be loud enough so that the school directors can hear you. I want to thank you all for coming this evening, and if there's anyone who wishes to speak, start now. Going once. I want to make clear, is there anyone who wants to make a public comment at this time? For the record, I do not see anyone indicating. I do now. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Mike Deaver.
Come on right up here, sir.
My name is Mike Deaver. I live at 6179 Northridge Road, Grogan Station. As it, in past meetings, has anybody took time yet to look to see what the sprinkler system would cost to put in the valley?
Is that information available?
I do not have that information available. I can say it was looked into. I don't have the cost, the full cost in front of me, and we can't give an actual cost unless the project is put out to bid. We have an estimate.
Okay, what's the estimate then?
Again, I do not have that number with me.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to speak? Seeing no hands, that will end public participation for tonight. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the hearing this evening. The school directors appreciate the comments and your being here. We'll take them into consideration as it continues to consider this matter. Does anyone on the board have anything they wish to say? Seeing nothing, seeing no one, I will hereby declare that the hearing is adjourned. Thank you.